Alright, Bonehawks, this video is all about the Game Awards. It's that time of the year again when we get to vote for the games that we played and the games that we loved. I actually played more games this year than in previous years, so I'm actually kind of excited to go through this. And I think some of you will either like this video or really strongly dislike this video. So let's just get into the votes and see where we land.
Accept your death.
Alright, so we're starting here with Best Game Direction. So we got Clair Obscur, Death Stranding, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, and Split Fiction. And my vote for this year goes to, although Erika Ishii did a great job in this game, and the scenes I've seen and things that I've seen of this game look super sick. Unfortunately, the only one I've played is Clair Obscur, so I gotta vote for it. So, yeah. Next category, Best Narrative. Clair Obscur, Death Stranding, Ghost of Yotei, Kingdom Come Deliver. I was actually pretty interested in this game. I still might play it. I just haven't got around to it. And Silent Hill F. I know a lot of people are probably going to vote for this one, but me, I'm going to throw a curveball here and vote for Clair Obscur. Expedition 33. I guess my vote for Best Narrative. Moving right along here, Best Art Direction for outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silksong. I know so many people were waiting for Hollow Knight Silksong for like literal years. Like, what was it, 5 or 6 years between sequels from the original Hollow Knight? And the excitement for this game was off the charts. It really was next level. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and vote for Clair Obscur Expedition 33 because I actually didn't play Silksong. But it's on my list of things to try because I think it is on Game Pass, I think, question mark. So, yeah. Next one here, Best Score in Music for outstanding music inclusive of score, original song, and or licensed soundtrack. Okay, so we got Christopher Larkin for the Hollow Knight, Darren Korb with Hades 2, Loyan Testard with Clair Obscur, Oma Otoa from Ghost of Yotei, and Woodkid and Ludwig Forsell for Death Stranding 2. There is only objectively one correct answer here, and that is, of course, Expedition 33. If you have listened to the soundtrack of this song, it is absolutely next level. It's all over the place. There's some classical stuff. There's a really fun little jazzy bit. There's like some kind of almost dubsteppy type stuff that kind of goes in randomly. It's I've got so many different songs from the game on my playlist that I still listen to like every day, and I've been playing this game since it came out. So this will be an absolute robbery if it does not win this category. Moving on. Best Audio Design, Battlefield 6, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Silent Hill F. So you know how I was saying that some people are either going to really like this video or really dislike this video? Because I'm a pretty predictable guy. I was just going off about the audio design and all that kind of stuff. So you know I got to pick my boy, Battlefield 6. Just kidding, imagine I ever did that. I haven't even played that game. Yeah, I don't need to go into any more detail on that one. The Best Performance, awarded to an individual for voiceover acting, motion, and or performance capture. Ben Starr, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33. Charlie Cox, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33. Erika Ishii, Ghost of Yotei. Jennifer English, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33. Hanatsu Kato, Silent Hill F, and Troy Baker, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I don't know what it is about this Indiana Jones game, but I have not seen or heard of this game at all until like the award stuff started coming out. I didn't even know it was a thing. And this puts me in a really interesting predicament because I am a huge fan of Erika Ishii. Didn't get to play this game yet that she was like the main character in, which is a shame. But not only are they doing that to me, but they're making me pick between 3 different actors of Clair Obscur Expedition 33. And that's tough for me. And I gotta say, Charlie Cox, fucking amazing. But just it's gotta be between Ben Starr and Jennifer English. And I really don't want to pick one or the other because they're both like equally just absolutely wrecked it, you know? So they're forcing my hand though, and I'm gonna go with Jennifer English, but just know that if I could pick two in this category, I absolutely would. Because yeah, they both knocked it out of the park. Absolutely incredible performances. Innovation in accessibility. So we have Assassin's Creed Shadows, Atomfall Rebellion, Doom the Dark Ages, EA Sports, and South of Midnight. This is definitely a category that I'm not super comfortable in because, I don't really know about it. So I'm just going to pick one here, and I hope that I don't get anyone angry with this. I'm just going to pick Atomfall Rebellion. So if you are someone that really takes advantage of this, please let me know in the comments who I should have voted for or who you're voting for if you played any of those games before. Because yeah, I unfortunately am not well versed in that particular category. So, games for impact. For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. I like this category. This is a really positive category. Unfortunately, I don't know any of these games. Consume Me, Despelate, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, South of Midnight, and Wanderstop. I think I've seen this game around, but I'm not really too familiar with any of these. So this is a bad gamer in me coming out. So yeah, sure. Lost Records. Best ongoing. Award to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves a player experience. So we got Final Fantasy, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, Marvel Rivals, and No Man's Sky. This one's an easy pick for me and may come as a bit of a surprise to others. But Fortnite actually made me re-download the game with that Simpsons season, and the amount of shoutouts to like classic 90s Simpsons in that was super awesome for me. I really, really enjoyed my time with it. It's the first time that I came back to that game since I played it with my son when he was little. And actually my friend told me that because back then when my son played on my account, he unlocked a whole bunch of skins and stuff. Like apparently I have like some super valuable skins and stuff since he played in like season 1, season 2, and I was just going through my skins. He's like, holy crap, you know what you have here? And I was like, no, I don't. Not at all. So I'm gonna give this one to Fortnite because yeah, they brought me back. So yeah, pretty cool, I think. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the 90s Simpsons, so that's all they had to do to bring me back. Best community support. So we got Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy, Fortnite, Helldivers, and No Man's Sky. Part of me, just from straight up listening to things, wants to say No Man's Sky because I heard that this game is absolutely god-awful on release and it ended up actually being a pretty fun game. I haven't really experienced it. Baldur's Gate 3 was a fun time, but I don't really understand what they've been doing for community support. I'm not saying they haven't been. I'm just saying I don't understand. So again, I go with Fortnite because it's what I'm familiar with and it's what I know. Moving on here, next category, Best Independent Game. Absalom, A Ball X Pit, Blueprints, Player Obscure Expedition 33, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silk Song. And can you guys guess what's going to happen right now? Can you guess? Can you guess where my vote's going to go? And this one, believe it or not, I'm actually going to give this one to Hollow Knight. Because Player Obscure doesn't need any more help here. And like a couple of my friends are playing this game, absolutely loved it. And yeah, I think it definitely deserves Best Independent Game next to Player Obscure. You know, might win this category anyways, but there's kind of a reason that I did what I just did. So, Best Debut Indie Game. Blueprints, Clair Obscure, Despelate, whatever, and Dispatch. It's got to be this one, like, hands down. Like, I'm the only other one of this games that I've heard of is Blueprints. And the only reason that I've heard that is because somebody was mentioning that they'll try and shoehorn this in somehow. Don't actually sure. I don't remember why they were saying that, but they were saying that. So, I mean, obviously, how do you not? It's weird that this is considered an indie game for how successful it was, how many people are talking about it. So, best mobile game, could not give less fucks about this. Destiny, Persona, Sonic, whatever that is, Pretty Derby, Wuthering Waves. I'm just gonna give it to Sonic because I know Sonic, and Sonic's kind of cool sometimes, I guess. Maybe I should actually try some of these out before I vote, you know? That takes time, and who's got that these days? Best VR AR. Again, I don't mess with this. Alien, Arcane Age, Ghost Town, Marvels. And if you voted for any of these for a certain reason, or you're passionate about any of these, leave it in the comments. Let me know, like, why I should have picked something. Then this one looks kind of creepy. This one also looks creepy. That's just Alien. It was Deadpool. He's kind of funny sometimes, I think. You gotta love my rationale for some of this, right? Best action game, Battlefield 6, Doom the Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one to Hades 2. I feel like this one might be a one the Battlefield 6 wins. Just because that seems like the obvious choice. And Hades still is a super cool game. I've watched people play it, I've never played it myself. But it looks pretty neat, so I'm kind of hoping for it here. Alright, just over halfway done here. Best action adventure game. Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hollow Knight, Indiana Jones, or Split Fiction. I'm going to pick Hollow Knight again. That just seems like an easy answer. Death Stranding, I heard, is pretty good. The first one, I kind of watched some gameplay, and it kind of seemed like walking simulator to me. I'm not sure if that was a pretty shallow view of that game, but it didn't interest me enough. So I don't know what the second one's like. But hopefully not. Maybe a little more engaging. Best RPG. Avowed, Clair Obscur, Kingdom Come, Monster Hunter, The Outer Worlds 2. I've actually heard good things about Outer Worlds 2. I do plan to maybe give that a shot. But you guys know where my vote is going by now. Clair Obscur, Expedition 33. Boom. Okay, y'all ready for a bombshell here? Best fighting game. We have 2XKO, Capcom Fighting Collection, Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, and Virtua Fighter 5 Revo World Stage. So, let's look at these games, right? We got Virtua Fighter 5. This is a remake, an update, you know, that kind of a thing. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, a collection of old games. No new games here. Capcom Fighting Collection 2, series of games. 2XKO, I believe still technically an open beta. Not a full release game, question mark? So I'm actually going to vote for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves because as far as I can tell, it's the only actual new game that came out this year. And this will also be the first time that I have snubbed a Mortal Kombat game in the Game Awards ever. My history of voting at the Game Awards, I have never, even Mortal Kombat 1 that I was still like, meh, I don't know about this, I still voted for it anyways. There's no way I can actually feel good about voting for this absolute abysmal launch of this game. Like, when people make fun of Mortal Kombat fans for whatever reason and other parts of the community, this is not helping us. When you release things like this in the state that it was, where you don't even have the ability on launch to play with your friends, like, who dropped the ball so hard on this one? This was supposed to be a slam dunk. That was easy. And, man, super duper let down by Digital Eclipse on that one. Yeah, so I'm going to vote for what I believe to be the only game that actually came out this year. And I've never even played this game, but it's getting my vote because it seems to be the only option I have. So let me know how you feel about that in the comments. That was a bit much. Sorry, I went on a bit of a tangent there. Alright, best family game. Donkey Kong Bonanza, Lego Party, Lego Voyagers, Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing, and Split Fiction. I'm going to vote Split Fiction on this one. I feel like if I were to guess, Donkey Kong will probably win because I've heard so many good things about that. But having a game where you can, like, play side by side with somebody is, like, I don't know. That's super duper cool and fun. And I like that. And I think that makes for a good family game. So fight me. You know, if you want to say your little Donkey Kong game is better, you know, fisticuffs, brah. Like Johnny Cage and MKX. Sorry, I think I punched my mic there. Man, I really am getting heated here. All right, so this is an interesting one. I just want to get off my chest here. Best sim strategy game. I did not know that this Jurassic World was a sim strategy game, and I'm kind of curious about how that plays out, because that's not what I picture when I think of strategy games. Oh yeah, Jurassic World. Like what? How did they do that? So anyways, Final Fantasy Tactics, Jurassic World, Sid Meier's, Tempest Rising, The Altars, 2 Point Museum. My vote goes to Final Fantasy Tactics. This was a game that people have told me for like literal years that I need to try. That, as everybody knows how big of a fan I am of like turn-based strategy games, and this was like one of like the earlier ones back in the day, and added a bunch of quality of life to it. I really enjoyed it. It didn't grip me enough for me to finish the game though, which is kind of disappointing. But I didn't like not enjoy my time with it, if that makes sense. Like I really enjoyed playing it. It was just like it got away from me at some point, and just never cared to go back and finish it. You know, never really. You ever have a game like that where like it's not like you dislike the game, you're not having fun with the game, but like things happened. Like the same thing happened with me with Baldur's Gate 3. I was really enjoying that game, and then a new patch for Mortal Kombat 1 came out, and then I just got sidetracked, and away I went with that. Not that I wasn't enjoying my time with Baldur's Gate 3, which is why I re-downloaded it recently, but like, I just got away from me. I don't know what else to say. I didn't really care to go back and be like, oh, right, wonder how that ends, you know? And then now I'm finally getting back to Baldur's Gate 3, but anyways, this is a game I just don't feel like I'm going to go back to, but I did really enjoy my time with it, and I have never heard of any of the others. I know of the Civilization, like, franchise, but I never played it, so Final Fantasy gets my vote for that one. Alright, best sports racing game. EA Sports, F1 25, Mario Kart World, Rematch, Sonic Racing. I don't care about sports games. I haven't played a sports or racing game since I was a child. Outside of like a couple of the UFCs, I think I played. But yeah, I'm going to vote for Mario Kart World because I own it. I've never played it. It's still sitting in its box. But, you know, I got it with the Switch, so like whatever. I guess I'll vote for that one. And out of these, it's probably the one that I'd be most likely to actually purchase anyways. So hopefully it does big numbers here. High hopes for Mario Kart World. And yeah. Alright, so here we have best multiplayer game. We got Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring Night Rain, Peak, and Split Fiction. Peak was a lot of fun. I only played it a couple times, but man, did I ever have a good time with that game. I don't see that winning out over Battlefield 6 or Arc Raiders though. And I'm actually, you know what? I'm making this. So Elden Ring Night Rain, you know, Hater was playing a little bit of, and like got some feedback that's like, it's like extra grindy kind of, because like you have to go through levels, and like to try and practice a boss, you have to go through a bunch of gameplay. So it didn't sound like the most fun time to me. But I'd be surprised if one of these two doesn't win, but I don't want that little whiny Shroud dude to be proven right on this whole Arc Raiders thing. I'm just going to vote for Peak just to screw everybody. Because that's how petty I am. Because I played it, I thought it was a lot of fun. And yeah, smaller studio, gotta support them. You love to see that kind of thing. So yeah, Peak gets my vote for this. Best adaptation. So we got a Minecraft movie, Devil May Cry, Splinter Cell, The Last of Us, and Until Dawn. So this right here that I'm on, that was a hard no for me. There's like, you get like Jack Black, Jason Momoa, Chris Rock, or Dwayne Johnson, and those are like the four horsemen of I'm not fucking watching this movie. So even one of my friends who will religiously watch any Jason Momoa movie had to turn this one off. So that is saying something to me. Haven't really seen any other ones. I guess I'll vote for The Last of Us. I didn't really watch it. I saw a couple highlights or things from the seasons, and they did film a couple scenes in my hometown, so that was kind of cool. But I don't really care about this category. But I'm giving a vote out there just because I'm here. And if you're going to give me a vote, I'm taking a vote. Doesn't matter what it's on. It could be on like, what's the best kind of ice cream? I'll take that vote. All right, so most anticipated game. 007 First Light, Grand Theft Auto 6, Marvel's Wolverine, Resident Evil Requiem, or The Witcher 4. Now, I 100% know what game is going to win this. 100% I do. But I'm not going to support that game because I have seen what they've been doing to their employees and all that nonsense, and I'm not going to do that. So we're just going to throw a vote for old Wolverine's way, you know? I didn't even know this was coming out, but I'm anticipating it more than the other ones, I guess. Because, yeah, those other dudes can go and give themselves a fuck. All right, so we got Content Creator of the Year. Never seen this guy before in my life, Sadril. I do not know who that is. Moist Critical, Akira Miko, and The Burnt Peanut. Right away, this guy not getting my vote. I'm sure he's getting someone's vote, but not mine. This is like big, like what was that one? The Annoying Orange or whatever, like way back in the day. That's what I get vibes from this guy right here, and I'm not here for that. But I've been a fan of Moist Critical for a really long time, and he like doubled down on me being a fan this year when he kind of just straight up was like, yeah, stop giving me money, please. I'm doing just fine. That's first content creator I've ever seen to do that. So yeah, like I said, big fan for a long time. That was super easy choice for me. I didn't really have to think twice about that. So maybe your opinion differs, and of course, let me know who you picked. But yeah, this was an easy slam dunk for me. Best esports game: Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends, and Valorant. So these two are games that people super close to me really enjoy. My brother plays a lot of Mobile Legends, and I don't know how good / bad he is, but he really likes that game. And then one of my close friends actually plays this game a lot. So I don't really like the whole mobile game thing, so I'm gonna vote for Valorant. Just because, yeah, I like to support my friends and support what they enjoy. Because I think if they got to vote on best fighting game, they might vote Mortal Kombat, which this year I'd tell them please don't. But any other year, I would hope that you will. So Valorant gets my vote. Gameplay looks interesting. But again, I don't really care about esports anymore. I'm old and past that stage of my life. Best esports athlete. Again, I don't know any of these people except for these two, Kakaru and Menard, I think, from Street Fighter. And Menard, I think, plays Blanca. I think that's pretty cool. If I remember correctly, I could be big remembering this correctly because I don't watch a whole lot of Street Fighter. That's one of like I do enjoy watching it because I know fighting games enough to kind of know what's going on, even though I haven't played the game. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, I'll throw my vote his way. Keeps me entertained when watching a game I don't really play, and that's saying something. Best esports team. I don't know any of these ones. I've heard the names before, but I don't know who anything is. So let's just go for Mobile Legends. I'll throw my brother's game a little bone here, even though whatever, I don't care. And that brings me to the very last category here, Game of the Year. Recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best. Very obscure, Death Stranding 2. I'm reading all these. Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades, Hollow Knight, Kingdom Come, Very Obscure, Expedition 33. This is one of the most insane games I have ever played in my life. As somebody who already likes turn-based strategy games, they took that kind of concept and just improved upon it in so many ways, and adding like super interactive things like the parries and the dodges and all that kind of stuff. The story is absolutely incredible. The story is, there's so many twists and turns and like so much lore to explore, and then you have the soundtrack on top of This is literally one of the best games I've ever played in my life. And I do not say that, you know, whatever the term is you don't say things with. That's what I'm not saying this with this game. Is like, I think this is a top 3 game, and I'm not a young person. I'm almost 40 years old. So like, this is one of the best games I've ever played. I love the story behind the studio that kind of came up and beat all the AAA studios and put out this absolute banger. And was able to get a great voice acting cast. Like, this is one of the best games of all time ever, because it fits all of this. Like, people who didn't even like turn-based strategy games enjoyed this game because of the different like twists and turns and stuff, and like the different ways you can play it. It's absolutely game-changing for the industry, and yeah, I'll actually be incredibly shocked if this does not win Game of the Year. Like, literally, I think that's a huge upset. Yeah. So I will be watching the Game Awards live. Not really sure. I'm keeping an eye out to see how restreams and stuff work on that, because it's things like that change all the time. But yeah, so that's it. Those are my picks for the Game Awards. Let me know if yours were different, how they varied or whatnot. But yeah, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, because it really helps me out. And subscribe if you haven't, because I make new videos almost every single day. Hashtag Bonehawks, all that stuff, and we'll see all you Bonehawks in the next video.
Accept your death.